No, LeBron James is the GOAT. And until otherwise noted, nobody's knocking him off that throne. But I believe LeBron James has played better longer than any other player in the history.
In the world of NBA debates, few things stir the pot more than the GOAT conversation, and this time it's Shannon Sharpe putting his foot down, making it absolutely clear that LeBron James is the greatest of all time and no one is even close to dethroning him. From the barbershops to the arenas, from Twitter to the sports desks, everyone's got an opinion, but Shannon is bringing more than just fan talk. He is backing his claims with logic, numbers, and unmatched consistency. While critics scream about rings, Sharpe challenges the entire structure of the debate, shifting the spotlight back to performance and impact. If you want to hear the full breakdown of Shannon Sharpe's claim and the powerful reasoning behind it, you're in the right place. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to NBA Showdown, and turn on those notifications because the truth in this video is going to shake up the GOAT rankings like never before.
Now look, if you want to say the GOAT status is solely based on rings, I don't have an argument because 6 is more than 4.
Shannon Sharpe begins with one of the most common takes in basketball history, the championship count. He openly admits that if we are solely basing greatness on rings, then yes, 6 is more than 4. But here's where Shannon flips the table. He points out that this argument is only used when convenient. Nobody ever mentions Bill Russell's 11 rings in the GOAT conversation, even though they outshine Jordan's 6 by a wide margin. That's not an accident. It's a selective argument fans use to prop up Jordan while ignoring the full context. What Shannon is really doing is asking fans and analysts to be consistent. If rings define greatness, then the entire list needs to change. If not, then it's time to admit that the GOAT discussion is more nuanced than people like to claim. You cannot ignore team dynamics, era changes, or the individual impact a player had beyond the number of titles. LeBron has consistently performed at the highest level for 2 decades, and that kind of longevity and dominance has to count for something. Shannon uses this point not to discredit Jordan, but to expose the flawed criteria people use when forming their conclusions.
But that's the only time you use that argument because Russell has more. There's several other Celtics that have more than 6, and you never include them in the GOAT discussion. But I believe LeBron James has played better longer than any other player in the history.
Shannon Sharpe follows up his statement with a deeper dive into LeBron's level of play. He makes it clear, when it comes to basketball ability, no one has played better than LeBron James in the history of the game. It's a bold claim, but Shannon backs it by emphasizing that LeBron's performance has remained elite through different eras, different teams, and a range of roles. He's been a scorer, a facilitator, a leader, and a defender. His adaptability and intelligence on the court are unparalleled. This argument cuts deeper than championships. It's about the sustained excellence that LeBron has delivered for over 20 years. Shannon wants people to realize that greatness is not just about what you win, but how you played, who you played against, and how you elevated the game. LeBron's finals losses have come at the hands of some of the most powerful teams in NBA history. Shannon specifically highlights that Michael Jordan never faced a juggernaut like the 2017 or 2018 Golden State Warriors, so comparing their finals records without context is misleading. Shannon is inviting fans to step back and see the bigger picture. Jordan was a killer, no doubt, but LeBron has faced challenges on a scale that Jordan never encountered. He has met every challenge with skill, resilience, and dominance. That is the mark of the greatest player ever.
And if you look at the teams that he's lost to, you tell me the team that Michael Jordan played in the NBA Finals that's comparable to the 17-18 Golden State Warriors.
The conversation turns toward how narratives are shaped, and Shannon does not hold back. He accuses Stephen A. Smith of creating an emotional show rather than a factual debate. Every time another player calls Jordan the GOAT, Shannon points out that Stephen jumps on it like it's a bombshell revelation, repeating all of Jordan's accolades like a script. But Shannon sees through it. He believes it's more for ratings and drama than for truth. Sharpe's frustration isn't just about disagreeing with Stephen. It is about how fans are constantly manipulated by repetition and media influence. Everyone is told to believe that Jordan's 6 rings, 6 MVPs, and perfect finals record make him untouchable. But Shannon argues that this ignores the full landscape of basketball history and the fact that GOAT status isn't about perfection, it's about total impact. By calling out Stephen A., Shannon is calling out the entire media structure that refuses to let the GOAT conversation evolve. He is planting a flag for a more honest and complete discussion, and in his eyes, that discussion ends with LeBron on the throne.
When other players say that Jordan is the GOAT, you up here pounding the table about, you heard what he said? Did you hear what he said? He got these championships. He got his MVP. He did that, right?
Shannon Sharpe makes it crystal clear LeBron James is sitting on the GOAT throne, and there is nobody even close to knocking him off. He's not talking about just the present generation. He is projecting the future as well. He boldly says there is no one in the next 5 to 10 years who has the potential, the talent, or the resume to climb that mountain. LeBron's career, influence, consistency, and leadership have built a legacy that goes beyond just basketball. He acknowledges that others will come, others will shine, but dethroning LeBron is not about a few good seasons. It would take a career of revolutionary impact, both on and off the court, and even then, it would still be difficult to match what LeBron has done. From high school to global icon, from rookie phenom to seasoned veteran, LeBron has navigated every phase of his journey with pressure that no other athlete has faced. He has delivered at every turn. Shannon's words are not just about admiration, they are a warning to doubters. This is not a temporary crown. LeBron's legacy is cemented. His throne is solid, and if you're waiting for someone to take it, you might be waiting forever.
No, LeBron James is the GOAT, and until otherwise noted, nobody's knocking him off that throne.
Shannon Sharpe continues his passionate defense by zooming in on LeBron's incredible longevity, a key reason why he sits atop the GOAT throne. Unlike many greats who peak for a few years and then taper off, LeBron has sustained an elite level of play for over 2 decades. His body of work is a timeline of consistent dominance, with nearly every stage of his career being all NBA caliber. Whether he was in Cleveland carrying a roster with little support, in Miami mastering team dynamics with all-star talent, or in Los Angeles leading both on and off the court, LeBron has always shown up with championship-level intensity. Sharpe points out that longevity is more than just sticking around. It is about being the best year after year in a league that continues to evolve. While players like Jordan had dominant primes, their career lengths do not match LeBron's in terms of sustained excellence. Even in his 21st and 22nd seasons, LeBron is still dropping 30-point games, still running the offense, and still making game-winning plays. That is not just longevity, that is sustained greatness, and in Shannon's eyes, that puts LeBron in a tier all by himself. While statistics and accolades speak volumes, Shannon highlights that LeBron's greatness goes beyond the numbers. He brings up the intangibles that often get overlooked in these debates: leadership, basketball IQ, vision, discipline, and the way LeBron uplifts the players around him. He has never been just a scorer. Shannon emphasizes that LeBron's ability to play multiple positions, guard multiple positions, and still be the floor general is unique. There has never been a player who could switch from small forward to point guard and even operate as a center in small ball situations while maintaining elite effectiveness. That level of versatility is not seen in Jordan's game or in Kobe's or even Kareem's. This is why, for Shannon, LeBron's legacy is rooted in how he elevates the game itself. The ability to take young rosters deep into playoff runs, adapt to different coaching styles, and thrive in any system makes LeBron a generational blueprint of success. That combination of skill and influence cannot be knocked off by ring counts alone. Shannon Sharpe looks ahead. He argues that LeBron James is not just the GOAT right now, he is going to be the GOAT for the foreseeable future, possibly even beyond our lifetime. According to Shannon, the next 5 to 10 years in the NBA won't see anyone who has the combination of durability, leadership, on-court dominance, and global cultural relevance to even approach what LeBron has accomplished. Sharpe challenges the viewers to name a single upcoming player who checks all the boxes. There are future stars, no doubt. There are MVP-level players in the making, but GOAT status requires decades of excellence, not just highlight reels and social media buzz. It requires discipline, growth, and an unrelenting drive to improve season after season. LeBron has shown that blueprint, and nobody else seems to be following it at the same level. Shannon makes it clear that dethroning LeBron is not a casual prediction. It would take a miracle, and even then, the new candidate would be standing in a shadow cast by LeBron's massive legacy. That is how deeply he has embedded himself into the game's deep.
I don't know who the guy that's going to come along in 5, 10 years to try to claim this throne, but right now, until otherwise noted, it's one LeBron Ramon James.
So where does that leave us? According to Shannon Sharpe, the GOAT discussion is already over. LeBron James wears the crown, and no amount of nostalgia or romanticism about past legends can change that. While Jordan's perfection in the finals is iconic, and Kobe's killer instinct unforgettable, LeBron's body of work tells the most complete story of greatness the sport has ever seen. Sharpe is not asking for blind loyalty to LeBron. He is simply asking for honesty in the debate. Consider the facts, the consistency, the sacrifice, the influence, and the numbers. Look at the teams, the challenges, and the eras LeBron has navigated, and then ask yourself, who else has done it all at this level for this long? Until someone comes close to matching the complete career of LeBron James, the GOAT throne remains untouchable, and as Shannon puts it, nobody is knocking him off that throne.